Good evening and welcome. You're watching Left, Right and Centre. I'm Nidhi Razdan. Over the next hour, we'll be taking a look at the latest on the political crisis in Tamil Nadu. Sasikala is now in jail. She is in a prison in Bengaluru, and just a short while ago, all her formalities were completed. These are pictures of her actually going into that jail in Bengaluru. She drove down from Chennai for about 5 to 6 hours, surrendered before the court and has now gone into prison. We'll have exclusive details on just what her living arrangements are as well in just a little while from now. But it's been quite a day. As we speak, the governor of Tamil Nadu is now meeting the different factions of the AIADMK to decide what to do next. There is the faction that has been led by Mr. Palanisamy, who has of course been appointed by Ms Sasikala to take over in her place to be Chief Minister, and his faction is currently meeting the governor. Mr. Paneerselvam, who has been rebelling against Sasikala all these days, is going to be meeting the governor shortly in about 30 minutes from now. So all eyes now on Raj Bhavan on what will happen next. And as I said, plenty of drama through the day. Ms Sasikala didn't leave without some more high drama. She in fact appointed her controversial nephew TTV Dinakaran, who had been expelled by Jayalalitha, as Deputy General Secretary of the party. These are live pictures of Mr. Palanisamy there at the Raj Bhavan. I think just minutes earlier. I think he may be just leaving the Raj Bhavan now. He had been invited, we believe, or maybe had sought an appointment. That's still not clear, but was there to meet the governor along with 10 legislators. The other side too is going with 10 legislators, and so the governor now has to decide what to do next. Let's go straight across first to Sam Daniel, who joins us from Raj Bhavan. Uma is joining us shortly from the jail in Bangalore. Sam, to you first. What are the governor's options, Sam? Are we expecting any kind of decision finally tonight by the governor on what to do next?
Well, that's the expectation, Nidhi, but this meeting with both camps is not by invitation by the governor, but both sides had sought appointment and the governor has responded. Both sides claim numbers, but on the ground, Team Sasikala led by Palaniswamy claim they have 124 MLAs. Team O Paneerselvam claim they have 10 numbers on record, but most of the MLAs supposedly under Team Sasikala are with him, he claims. And the only problem here is that most of the MLAs under Team Sasikala, they have been flogged and kept in a private resort outside Chennai over the last 1 week, and that is being alleged as something forcibly kept in captivity. And that's why this new issue, even though the issue of Sasikala's conviction has been settled now and she has been sent to jail. So the governor is time and again, according to sources, making sure that both sides, who exactly has the numbers, and at the moment the standoff continues. Paneerselvam camp claims if these MLAs are let free, allowed to think free, they'll automatically come and join them. So now also whispers of protest, that earlier it was justifiable that the governor waited, delayed, because there was a possibility Sasikala, the then CM candidate, could be disqualified. Now the verdict is out. She has been convicted, sent to jail. Why should a government, why should a party which has a mandate for 5 years be delayed from forming a government? That's what they are asking. Even the opposition leader, Stalin, although they have their own vested political interests, he says the government should not delay because any standoff like this would harm the state in the long run.
Well, so therefore the mystery actually continues, and we are hoping that it's resolved sooner than later. But Uma, what are the details about now? Now that she's finally in jail, you've had been reporting some very interesting details about how she's going to be now living out the next 4 years or so.
Yes, indeed, Nidhi. We in fact followed her from the Poes Garden residence right till the Bengaluru Central Jail, travelling at speeds upwards of 140 kilometers per hour. Sadly enough, no supporters really on the way, except for handfuls in and around Chennai, about 10 locations where she would just slow down and kind of fold her hands and smile, but not stop anywhere. But there are hardly any other people, lining up on the roads to look at her, or even curious onlookers had only nasty things to say, saying that yes, we are happy that she is going away from here. And yes, at the Bengaluru Central Jail, she has been assigned, we are told, 10711 number, and her Ilavarasi, who is also co-accused along with her, 10712. About 45 minutes after they arrived, Sudhakaran, who is the fourth accused in this case, also arrived here. What we are being told is that she has asked for bottled water, fruit, and also for A-class facilities, which means a separate room and a cot and a fan possibly, which is all what actually Jayalalitha did get, but not yet clear whether she will be assigned all that. The judge in fact told her that she must make an appeal for that inside the jail, and what we are also being told is that she will as of now have to share quarters possibly with two other inmates. The official word from the jail not yet clear on what kind of facilities she will be able to get inside the jail. She is going to be spending the next 4 years here. We are also being told that she will be assigned candle making as one of the things that she will be having to do as the tasks that inmates are expected to do inside the prison. Also just wanting to make a reference to the governor's meeting this evening with Mr. Edapadi and Mr. Paneerselvam. While we are being told that the governor is inclined to call Mr. Palaniswamy in case he has the clear numbers even now. There was this attempt to bring about a consensus candidate in case they felt that either of these people cannot individually muster the numbers, and there would be a third consensus candidate that would be put up before them, and that possibly will be the candidate who goes ahead in case Mr. Palaniswamy, the governor is convinced, doesn't have the numbers. Otherwise, we are told the governor is inclined to go with Mr. Palaniswamy in case he is able to show the numbers. Back to you, Nidhi.
All right, Uma, thanks a lot for that, and we're just waiting to see what the governor says. But interestingly, I spoke just a little while earlier to former Home Minister Mr. P. Chidambaram, who's of course also from Tamil Nadu, and he had an interesting take on the governor's role, because the Congress has been attacking the governor for delaying a decision on what is supposed to happen there. But Mr. Chidambaram, as a former Home Minister, said he believed that what the governor did was the right thing, particularly since a Supreme Court verdict was awaited. Listen in. What has been happening in Tamil Nadu? As a former Home Minister, Mr. Chidambaram, do you think that the governor of Tamil Nadu has acted responsibly and done the right thing in waiting this long to take the next course of action?
I think the governor was absolutely right in deferring the decision by a few days, because the judge of the Supreme Court had announced in court that the judgment would be delivered in a few days. Absent such an announcement, of course, the governor should have sworn in the elected leader. But once that announcement was made and the judgment was imminent, I think the governor was absolutely right in waiting for the judgment.
Can you explain to us, though, your reading of the situation there, the fact that, Sasikala, who though now, is in jail and yet has acquired this sort of larger-than-life persona in just a matter of days. Why is she disliked so much and yet finds herself in sort of control of the party to a large extent, at least until now?
Well, I don't agree with you that she has acquired a larger-than-life persona. In fact, I think she is being blamed for the disastrous course that is being followed by the AIADMK party. And I cannot say why the AIADMK legislators, I don't know the number, but a large number of AIADMK legislators still are obeying her command. I don't understand that. Because I don't know any of them and I have not spoken to any of them. But I think the AIADMK is on a perilous course. This will lead to a vertical split in the party. There is already a horizontal split. The MLAs who form the top layers being one side and the rank and file on the other. And if you look at the people, there's a complete disconnect between the people and the AIADMK. So I think they should quickly realize that they are on a perilous and suicidal course.
Do you believe that the centre and the BJP in particular had any kind of a role to play in the way things unfolded over the last week or so with Sasikala and with the governor?
I don't think so. I think the BJP's influence in Tamil Nadu is extremely minimal. It's possible that the Home Ministry concurred with the governor or advised the governor to wait until the judgment. But as I said, I agree with that position.
You mentioned, of course, the fact that Sasikala doesn't really enjoy a lot of popular support. And again, I wanted to understand your perspective on that. The fact that, you had social media movements and petitions that were put online when she was elected General Secretary of the party and the leader. Why is this popular sentiment against her? And it's not like it's unprecedented that somebody who hasn't held a post before has taken over as leader of a party or as chief minister. What explains the sentiment against her among regular folks in the state?
Well, I can only give my view or my assessment. I think she's being blamed for the ills and difficulties faced by the late Jayalalitha. She's being blamed for dragging Jayalalitha into a hole. Please remember that the judgment of the Supreme Court delivered yesterday finds Jayalalitha guilty. And there's a lot of speculation. I mean, I don't share the speculation. A lot of speculation about what happened in the hospital. For whatever reason, the blame is being laid at the door of Ms Sasikala.
All right. So you're saying you're saying that she's to blame. And one last question on Tamil Nadu is on Jayalalitha's legacy, though. As you mentioned there, the Supreme Court judgment is actually very scathing about her, and it's very clear that she had amassed ill-gotten wealth, as they have put it. And therefore, what does this do to her legacy? Does she continue to remain a leader whose legacy is untainted by these corruption cases, or is there a question mark?
No, I think the people accept a duality in Jayalalitha. I think they accept the fact that she was corrupt and she had amassed wealth. They also accept the fact that she embarked upon and implemented a large number of welfare schemes. I think they accept the fact that she had both good and bad in her. And that is how her legacy will be remembered. She had both good and bad in her.
We'll be playing that full interview with Mr. Chidambaram tomorrow at 8 o'clock, and another extract is coming up in just a bit on the Army Chief's comments on Jammu and Kashmir today. That's likely to create a big storm. That's coming up in just a few minutes. But let's stick with Tamil Nadu for now and go across to our panel this evening. And let me begin by asking Mr. M.R. Venkatesh and welcoming him back on the show. Mr. Venkatesh, she's finally in jail, but before she went, she made sure that her nephew, Mr. Dinakaran, was back in the party as Deputy General Secretary. I mean, this was a guy who had been expelled by Jayalalitha in 2011-2012. And what does this move therefore tell you about Sasikala? I mean, and the party's reaction to this? Do you think that they would be willing to accept this in the long run?
Nidhi, to understand all these things, you have to understand the stranglehold of Sasikala on Jayalalitha. Anybody owing allegiance to Jayalalitha was not sufficient. That was pass mark. But if you had to graduate to higher levels in AIADMK, the second allegiance and probably a higher allegiance to Sasikala was to be demonstrated. And anybody who failed a wee bit in the second examination was mercilessly thrown out, ignored, or probably they would not find in the radar of Jayalalitha. Their whole communication to Jayalalitha was cut off. This was possible for Sasikala because she controlled the household of Jayalalitha. So I repeat that what Mr. Chidambaram just said was the absolute thing. Jayalalitha had shades of good, Jayalalitha had shades of bad. So this was orchestrated. Whenever Jayalalitha independently operated out of the scheme of Sasikala, she was good. But whenever she had to be mixed with Sasikala, she obviously became bad. And this is how Sasikala ensured. And the most important thing, remember Nidhi, that 800 of the top 1000 appointments in Tamil Nadu today, it could be the police, it could be the administration, it could be the village administrative officers, it could be the MLAs, it could be MPs, all of them have to pass the second test, that is their allegiance to Sasikala. So this is how Sasikala even today, sitting inside the Parpana Agraharam, has a stranglehold on the party. And notwithstanding this, she now wants to ensure that her writ runs on the party, because you know that Jayalalitha didn't have an extended family, or even her own family was not there. So it is Sasikala all the way, and it has become a Sasikala Munetra Kazhagam.
Well, that's fascinating, and you're right. She's got this stranglehold over the party, and the fact that she's in jail isn't going to make any iota of difference. But I want to stick to this point on her before I open it up to our legal panel and to Mr. Rao from the BJP as well. Mr. Rajshekharan, you're a loyalist of Sasikala. You strongly have believed in her leadership and passionately have argued every day on TV why she's so great. But do you accept this appointment of Mr. Dinakaran? After all, Jayalalitha threw him out for conspiring against her. This was exactly what Jayalalitha was opposed to, and she forgave Sasikala at that time by telling her that you have to cut off ties with this part of your family, and that was the basis on which things proceeded from there. How is this okay with someone like you and other loyalists to Sasikala?
Nidhi, first I want to make one thing very clear. I always supported late Jayalalitha for her good deeds alone. All her good deeds which she has done to the state of Tamil Nadu. She has been a courageous lady. She has been the best administrator. She has done lot of good welfare schemes to the people of the state. All this good, along with Ms Sasikala, was executed. Likewise, when she was in full power, she made Dinakaran as the Rajya Sabha member, and he was taking care. Of course, there was misunderstanding. He was sent out. Likewise, if you see, many people who are standing behind O. Pannirselvam were removed from the party by Madam Jayalalitha when she was active. So all this doesn't add good to the arguments saying that she sent them out, she brought them. See, many people, you name anybody in O. Pannirselvam's camp, they were not active, they were not in any kind of.
But you're okay. You're okay with her bringing her family in, the family that has had nothing to do with the party, with politics for all these years. It's okay for her to rule the AIADMK through proxy. You're okay with that? You think that, I mean, there are no other leaders in your party?
Nidhi, see, I am not the member of AIADMK party, neither the spokesperson of the party.
Loyalist, yeah.
Yes, yes, still I support them for their good, because 4.5 years is left, and they have to. The people of Tamil Nadu should not be punished by giving this to some other group, which is going to be worse only.
So it's okay to bring in. It's okay to bring in the supposedly corrupt nephew. It's okay to bring in the supposedly corrupt nephew who was expelled earlier. It's okay to do that. It doesn't matter. What is his connection to the party?
He is not made the General Secretary,
neither Deputy General Secretary. Why is he Deputy General Secretary?
See, Deputy, no, let me make a point. He is only made the Deputy General Secretary. There are 25 office bearers, all senior most from MJR's time. They are there. Mr. Sengotian, Mr. Bandruti Ramachandran, all
she has appointed him so that she can rule through him. He is her proxy, and it's surprising that the AIADMK and anyone else is okay with that. And Mr. Palaniswamy, who's a loyalist from the other side, and not the Mr. Palaniswamy who had just met the governor, he's sitting with you there in Chennai. Mr. Palaniswamy, how is this going to be reconciled? Because everybody now thinks that the AIADMK is headed for a split, and that this is, as Mr. Chidambaram just put it to us, a disastrous path for the party. How do you recover from this?
Yeah, AIADMK won't get the splitted. I was a member of Legislative Assembly in 84 to 88 when late NGR has passed away. The party has faced a similar situation like today. But that time we all put the effort and reunited with the party and got back the two leaves. And today the issue got started when Ms Sasikala, when Amma herself has stated in 2011, Ms Sasikala and her family is trying to capture the power and betraying Amma herself. So Amma has removed all of them. When she came back in 2012, only Ms Sasikala was taken in. and she herself has given an undertaking at no point of time, never ever she is interested in politics, she never ever will put spokes into politics, and she will refrain from politics. Only on that condition she was taken inside the AIADMK party, and even that time none of her relatives who all have been expelled has not been taken back in the party. And as per AIADMK party constitution, the general secretary has to be elected by all the primary members, on which I wrote to the election commission on first week of January itself in 2017. The moment Sasikala claimed to be the general secretary, which is invalid in law. And as per our constitution, Mr. Dinakaran, who is expelled from the party, is not supposed to be taken back into the party. And surprisingly, Ms Sasikala, when she met the governor first, she took and she was led by Mr. Dinakaran. And another factor, Mr. Edapadi Palanisamy, when he met the governor yesterday, it is Mr. TTV Dinakaran who led the team to meet the governor, and
as you're pointing out, this goes against everything that as I was pointing out to Mr. Rajshekharan, that this is exactly what Jayalalitha was supposed to. Quick comment before I have to go to the rest of the panel, sir. Go ahead.
No, Nidhi, I want to make a valid point. Nidhi, I want to make a valid point.
Quickly, sir, quickly.
See, I'll tell you. See, what happened yesterday, the Supreme Court judgment came. You know what all these people, the so-called Dr. Jayalalitha's legacy and the followers did? They bursted crackers and distributed sweets in the roads, and they were dancing. This is the legacy, this is the gratitude they showed to the leader. These people come out on this TV cameras and say, we follow Amma legacy. What substandard people, and it's a shame. See, I passionately support Madam Jayalalitha for her good deeds. I have neither met her nor attempted to meet her. I have neither met Sasikala Natarajan and I neither attempted to meet her. But I only support the good deeds of AIADMK government. But all these people, all these people who claim to be because of Jayalalitha, they are there.
I'll come back to the two of you gentlemen in just a moment.
See, this is the standard. Very substandard politicians in Tamil Nadu, which Madam Jayalalitha.
It's okay.
I mean, I'm really saddened. I'm saddened. I'm hurt.
All right.